the same door, the same scream, but this time, I was the one screaming. Hi, I'm Veluna, and this is my story. On a moonless night, I was walking alone on the path by the woods. I heard footsteps behind me, slow, heavy. I turned around. No one. I walked faster, but the steps grew closer, almost chasing me. I reached an abandoned house. The door was open, as if it had been waiting. I stepped in. On the dusty table was a note. It read, "You came back. You're late. The body is still under the stairs." My heart stopped. I'd never been in that house before. I stood frozen in front of the table, my eyes locked on the note. The body is still under the stairs. My heart pounded. My hand trembled. I heard a creak from upstairs. Footsteps, slow and deliberate. Each step moaned like it was warning me. Get out, before it's too late. But I didn't leave. Something pulled me closer, like I knew this place, like I had memories here. I approached the stairs. Every step felt like a slow-motion dream. I reached down toward the old rug at the base of the stairs, lifted it, and there it was, a wooden hatch, a hidden door. I reached out to open it, but just before I touched it, I heard a whisper behind me. "Don't open it." I stood frozen. The whisper, "Don't open it," was soft, yet cold, like it came from the grave. I turned slowly. No one there, but the room wasn't empty. The air felt heavy, like something was breathing with me. A third breath. Each step I took felt heavier, as if the floor didn't want me to walk. But my mind, it whispered louder. "Open it. You have to see. You have to know." I knelt before the wooden hatch, touched it with my fingertips. It was ice cold, like it hadn't moved in centuries. I opened it slowly. The creak cut through the silence like a scream. A scent escaped. Old blood, wet soil, forgotten time. I turned on my phone flashlight and stepped down the first stair. They were there. Eyes, shining in the dark. Not an animal. Human eyes, sitting, waiting for me. I couldn't move. The eyes glowing in the dark didn't blink. They were steady, watching me, like they knew me. I stepped down further. Under the dim light of my phone, the face became clearer. It wasn't alive. Pale, skin tight, eyes wide open, but no breath, no twitch. It was the frozen face of a corpse. In front of it lay a small, dusty notebook, soaked slightly from the damp air. I opened it. The first pages were smudged, but in the middle, a sentence. "She's the one who came through the door. She's the one who buried him with her hands. She came back today to face what she did." Me. My heart thudded in my chest. Tears welled up hot behind my eyes. Who wrote this? Who were they talking about? I stumbled back, tripped on something, fell hard, and when I looked up, there he was, emerging from the darkness, tall, thin, and his face unreadable. With each step he took, his hands were red, and he whispered, "You were supposed to stay buried with him." I ran up the stairs, my heart pounding like it wanted to escape my chest. The steps felt endless, darkness tightening around my eyes. At last, I burst through the door, slammed it shut, and leaned against it, breath ragged and shallow. I looked around the room. Something had changed. The walls were darker, the floor slick with dampness. The air smelled like burned wood and old memories. Then I saw it, a mirror, cracked, dusty, in the far corner. But the reflection wasn't quite mine. It was me, but pale, disheveled, dressed in something old, familiar, yet foreign. I stepped closer, touched the shattered glass. Suddenly, a photo fell from the wall nearby, wrapped in red string, dusty. I kicked it open. It was a photo of me, standing in front of this very mirror. Behind me, a shadowed man, his hands resting on my shoulders. On the back, it read, 2017, after you buried him. 2017. I never came here before. Never. But then, a voice deep inside began to whisper, remember that night, when you were a child, gone for one full night. They said you blacked out. What if you were here? Memories began to crack open like old bones. Hands digging, blood on my shirt, dragging something heavy through the woods. I covered my face. Tears streamed down. I didn't kill anyone, right? But my mind no longer gave a certain answer.